the pro-European Union mayor of Bucharest, has won the Romanian presidential election. Nicusor Dan defeated a hard-right nationalist opponent who modeled his campaign on that of Donald Trump. Dan has vowed to rebuild Romania, which is one of the European Union's poorest members. He also promised to maintain support for neighboring Ukraine.
Thousands gathered in the center of Bucharest to cheer Nicusor Dan as the future president of Romania. Just after midnight on Monday, Dan stepped out to address the nation.
This is your victory. It's the victory of thousands of people who campaigned over many weeks and who believed that Romania could change for the better. Never forget the strength you have shown, because there are challenges ahead we will have to tackle together.
Dan represents a pro-European course, and his victory comes as a relief to those out celebrating.
I am very proud that we were able to mobilize as supporters of Europe first and foremost. We were able to focus more on European values. As a result, I am here, the people are here, and we still want to stay on this European path.
I have not had greater happiness than this in my 70 years. Something that has been achieved. Honestly, I prayed. I did not pray for the health of the children as much as I prayed for this event.
Dan is thought to have benefited from a sharp increase in voter turnout. But Romania remains divided. Right-wing nationalist Trumpist Simion won the first round of voting in March, but ended up losing by 10%. Simion was skeptical about Romania's EU membership and criticized its support for neighboring Ukraine. After initially claiming victory, Simion admitted defeat.
I would like to congratulate my opponent. He has won the election, and this was the will of the Romanian people.
After months of political turmoil, the new president-elect Nicusor Dan called on his countrymen to unite and build a new Romania together.
And for more, we're joined now by Correspondent Anchal Vohra in Bucharest. Anchal, tell us more about Nicusor Dan, the winner of this election.
Well, whilst covering this election, the first round and the final round, I've had the opportunity to interview him twice, and he's very mild-mannered, very precise, a mathematician after all. In fact, yesterday, right after the exit polls, when I asked him how does it feel and if he felt that he was winning, he said it's just the exit polls and that it would be better to wait for results. That was the time when Trumpist Simion was actually declaring his victory. He has quite an appeal amongst female voters, seen as an urban phenomenon. People came in large numbers. There was huge mobilization across cities, even in the diaspora. I was talking to a Romanian expert earlier today who said that even in the diaspora, a lot of people, he said, who usually won't vote, were mobilized and stepped out to cast their ballot. So a pro-EU centrist man has won the elections in Romania.
Looking at foreign policy, do you see Romania's new president making any changes there?
Well, it's going to be studied now. Had Trumpist Simion won, there was concern, there were apprehensions even in Brussels that Trumpist Simion could be a disruptor. Mr. Dan, on the other hand, is seen as a steady pair of hands. He's seen as very pro-European Union, very pro-West, also very pro-relations with the United States of America. His message all along in his campaign had been that Romania should continue to move in that direction. And a lot of people we've spoken to here on the ground have said that this vote was for Mr. Dan, but also for Europe, a vote to make sure that Romania continues to be a steady and strong partner of the European Union. In fact, last night outside Nicusor Dan's party headquarters, there were huge crowds, and a lot of people were, they had the Romanian flag in their hands, but they also had the EU's flag.
So Dan has won this election, but Romania still appears to be quite divided. Is he seen as someone who can help reunite the country?
Well, that's going to be a bit of a challenge, although the fact that Simion conceded defeat, credit when due, has meant that so far we have not seen any protests and all is calm. However, Mr. Dan has also acknowledged, at least twice to me and in general to Romanian people as well, that there is a considerably large segment of Romanian society that wanted a different candidate, that backed hard right policies, populist ideas. And his message so far has been one of unity, that all Romanians need to come together to work for Romanian society, to improve the country's economy and other aspects. But it remains to be seen whether he can actually rally them around that common cause or not. Because Mr. Simion's supporters, we've also been talking to them, and they felt that if Simion did not win, then that would go on to confirm their suspicion that the state was working against their candidate. So this is going to be a tougher battle for Nicusor Dan going forward.
Anchal, thank you very much. That was correspondent Anchal Vohra in Bucharest.